The Chinese proficiency test 汉语水平考试 or HSK 5 is going to change and it is going to become harder. But is this reform already implemented? Where can I buy the new practice materials and how is this reform going to affect me? I'm going to answer all of those questions in this video, so hold tight and enjoy. What is HSK actually? Of course, in order to assess somebody's quality of their language skills, you need a kind of exam, a standard exam, to test them. Before 2010, there was actually a system with 11 levels, so it's been quite complicated. I think you only had 3 exams, and then based on your score, you were assessed in one of those levels. And this was changed to the current system that we know in 2010. And as you can see on this chart, we have those standards level from HSK 1 to HSK 6. There is a different amount of Chinese words and characters required for each level. And in case this is not clear for you, there's a difference between words and characters. You know, of course, words consist of 1 or more characters. For the first 2 levels, they were only testing listening and reading, but no writing. So of course, the test will get increasingly harder the higher the level, and of course it's not only going to be the challenge that you know all those words, but you're also going to have a lot of time pressure, so they're checking if you can read them very fast, if you can use them really fast, or if you can intuitively arrange those words and grammar structures and sentences. That's why you're having those 3 parts. If you ask the Ministry of Education in China, they might even tell you that the HSK 1 to 6 is corresponding to the CERF standards that we know in Europe. I think there's many critics, because that basically would mean that somebody who has a HSK 5 level speaks Mandarin already on C1 level, which is more or less mother tongue. I mean, I think C2 is mother tongue, but C1 is still a very, very fluent level. Also, if you look at the description that we see in the table, you're going to see HSK 5 is designated for learners who can read Chinese newspapers and magazines, watch Chinese films, and are capable of writing and delivering a lengthy speech in Chinese. So I have HSK 5, I made a video about HSK 5, I'm currently in the process of learning HSK 6 and I cannot write a lengthy speak in Chinese. And also, if you really want to pursue a degree or a job in Chinese, HSK 5 might just not be enough. Anyway, you can be sure that you are going to be supplied with some kind of learning materials from the HSK Institute, from the Confucius Institute. They're going to supply you with a vocabulary list, with some mock exams or test exams, and Confucius Institute approved textbooks and workbooks for the corresponding levels. However, obviously it's a lot of work to write those books, so we are still using the books of 2013, and there has been this announcement of this new HSK standard in 2020. So what happened? Let's take a look into that. So in 2021, I heard that they are going to change the Chinese HSK system from 6 levels to 9 levels, and it's going to become a lot harder. Also, that's why I made this video back in the days, how to pass HSK 5 in only 6 weeks. Because back in the days, I was convinced that they're going to raise the standards for the next exam if I don't pass this one. So as it turns out, I was wrong. I mean, we're still having the same HSK exams tested right now in Confucius Institutes all over the world. So I was looking into it, when will the new HSK system actually be adapted, and I checked Wikipedia, and when you look there, you will find a notice saying this section needs to be updated, because in the article it states, an update on the official HSK website suggests that the April 2021 date only signified the start date of the conception of the new HSK 3.0. New practice materials for the intermediate and advanced levels are expected to be released in the 3rd or 4th quarter of 2022. We are currently in the year 2024 and I am still waiting. No, just kidding. If you look at the website of your local Confucius Institute, you're most likely going to find out that they're already testing for HSK 7 to 9. So this new exam is already in place. So what's happening with HSK 1 to 6? So the new HSK Standard, it's called HSK 3.0, is also going to test you for the levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if we take a look at the chart, we are going to see that they are going to test for 4,316 words for the HSK 5 level, while in the old HSK 5 they were only testing you for 2,500. That means they just doubled the effort you have to put in. They literally just doubled like the words you need to know in order to pass this exam. The funny thing is, although you can already do the HSK 7 test, the HSK tests 1 to 3 are going to be gradually adapted over the next years. When you look at the website China Education Center, they're going to tell you HSK Levels 1 to 6 test will be gradually adjusted according to the new standards based on the actual situation of Chinese learners in different countries in the next 3 to 5 years. Well, I don't know when they change that, but that means they could change it 2025, 6 or 2030s. What that means so far, even if you look out on the internet, there are not really any books yet published for the HSK 3.0 levels 1 to 6. I actually found a website where they're already selling those kind of new HSK 3.0 workbooks. But if you look at the Confucius Institute, they're still going to tell you we're going to use the old standards, which means you only have to learn for the old standard that was in place from 2010 to 2021. Alright, so what does it mean for you? If you are already having an HSK, let's say you have passed the HSK 5 successfully, then this certificate of course will stay valid. When you want to apply for Chinese universities in bachelor degrees, they might just still ask you for this HSK 5 certificate. Most of the time they expect you though to have a certificate that is not older than 2 years. If you're doing a master's or you're doing a PhD or you are actually applying for a job in Chinese, they might officially already ask you for the HSK 7, but of course that's a whole other level. So basically, although they are going to change the standards, they're not going to do it in the near future, so just go ahead and continue studying for your HSK 3, 4 or 5. They're not going to change it really soon. Alright guys, if you found this video helpful in any way, please smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. I also have a lot of other videos about how to memorize Chinese or how to prepare for HSK 5 in a really quick time. So glad to be back guys, and have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.